Hello, friends and family. Welcome to Inside the House. I know usually you don't get to see much of the inside of the house, but as I shared in our rabbit update video, my wife and I are going to do our very first time making sausage. And there's 3 different types of sausages that we're going to be doing. And what really inspired me to do this now is Andy and Peggy from Page Family Homestead, Our Journey Back. And I have to look on a paper because I'm not good with names. I've never been good with names. They did a video. Andy was making breakfast sausage patties. And Leanna and I have talked about doing this for some time. We're finally going to do it. Right after I watched that video, I had gone to that 1870s homestead. Really love this couple. And I don't get to their videos as often as I really like, especially during the summertime, but great content and great people. Both these channels are channels that I really enjoy. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below. Make sure you check these channels out. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Great couples. Both with caring hearts. And they share a lot of content. So anyways, we're going to do 3 different types. What I've got is a pork butt. It's just a tad over 9.5 pounds. So I'm going to grind the whole thing up. And then we'll weigh it out, separate it. Leanna in the background, who will not be in the video, my beautiful bride, she's getting all the seasonings together. So what I'm going to do is the first grind, and then we'll weigh them out, and we'll do the next grind, mixing in the seasonings. And then we'll grind it again, and then it's going to rest overnight. So I'm going to do this video in 2 parts and have it all in one. I'll try to keep it as short as I can. So the first one that we're going to do is breakfast links. Then we're going to do a breakfast patties. And then we're going to do a bulk Italian. So we'll see how those go. I'm excited. I've wanted to do this for a long time. We just got the grinder attachment for Leanna's KitchenAid with the stuffing stuffer. Watched a lot of videos, so I'm going to have to go by what some of you guys have shown me. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this all right. What I'm going to do, this is just a little over 9.5 pounds, 9.68 pounds. So because the throat of my grinder is small, for those that have a KitchenAid, you know it's small. This meat needs to be small. It needs to be able to fit down through there because you want to make it just as easy as it can. Now, I did have this in the freezer for a little bit. Heat is your enemy if you're trying to make sausage. You need to keep it cold. The throat and the grinder and everything else is still in the freezer. So anyways, I'm just going to cut this up. And I probably should have sharpened this knife. Oh, yeah, I know what the problem is. I forgot this is a bone-in. So I'm going to have to be aware of that. And I hope I'm cutting this right.
I don't think it matters.
I've never done it. So let's see if we can find out where that bone is. So what I'm going to do, you want your fat in it too. I mean, if I find some nasty looking stuff, I'll throw that out. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I can't see the camera part of this, so I'm going to cut it all up. I'm going to put it in this container. That's a big bone. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is just cutting this into chunks to begin with. I don't know if it makes a difference. I mean, easier, it would be a lot easier to go a boneless pork butt, but this is what she got, and it was a good deal.
Hey, you got it.
Pardon me?
You got it.
Well, we got it.
It was your idea.
We went to Sam's, and they had a really good deal on it. So, and like I said, we have been talking about doing this for some time. I don't do much in the kitchen. Leanna does most of the kitchen work, so this is all kind of new to me. I mean, I'm not going to say that I've never done this, but worked in the kitchen. Leanna likes to work in the kitchen by herself. Her kitchen, stay out, don't mess me up. Back before this whole pandemic thing, if different people had come to visit, and if they were going to have dinner or whatever, my job was to keep them out of the kitchen. How can I help you, honey? Keep everybody out of the kitchen. And it's not that she's antisociable. It's just it messes her up. You know, she has a schedule she likes to keep. She knows what she wants to do. Come time to do dishes. You know, different ones. Well, how can I help you with dishes? No. Stay out of my kitchen. She likes to know where stuff is. So I'm gonna finish cutting this up, and then I'll bring you along. Well, hello again, friends and family. Of course, there was delays. Got the meat cut up. Leanna looked out, and I had some of my baby chickens out in the garden. They've been out with the main flock now for, I think, 3 days, 4 days, whatever. Anyways, they found an escape route, and they were in their new cage area where they came from. That's home. They know that is home. So, anyways, and my neighbor came out, and I knew if he came out, I love this guy. He's been such a great friend. But anyways, we talked, and I told him, I said, I've got 9 pounds of pork I've got to get ground up for sausage, and heat is not a friend. So, anyways, came back in, put the meat back in the freezer for a few minutes while we ate lunch. So anyways, here we are. Meat is all ground up. It came out to, for weight?
9.4.
9.4 pounds. So that was taking the bone out. So we got quite a bit of meat. Leanna was nervous that we weren't going to be able to do all 3. We didn't know how big the bone was, how heavy the bone was. As I said, this is our first time doing this, so this is all new for us. So, let's get started. I am so excited. We have the attachment on the KitchenAid. That's been in the freezer, so that's still good and cold. So I'm going to aim the camera down here. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this right. And we'll get started doing the first grind. My wife is excited. So, what do you think? 6?
4.
My wife is excited. She's clapping her hands. Like I said, we've talked about doing this for probably 6 years now. And as you can see, I've got small cubes, thin strips that I'm putting in. I don't want to work it hard. I could probably turn the mixer up. In fact, I'm going to go to 6. don't want to work it hard. Now the other thing, I left all the fat on when we were cutting this up. Now what Leanna's going to do is she's going to take from this grind, she's going to take some of it out and weigh it up so it's ready for one of the recipes that we're going to be doing. I'm not sure which one she's going to take first, but zero it with that up here. What I will do is I will, in the description box, I will have the recipes that we're using. You know, if some of you want to try this out for yourself, tomorrow when we make it up, we'll probably keep enough to make a patty that we'll fry. Let you know how we enjoy it. Gotta see the smile on my bride's face. She's so excited. You know, we got the grinder, I think it came in about a week ago, and our plan was, we had it intentionally to do this, but also I've got some older chickens that I'm going to have processed, and we're going to grind it up and use it for chicken patties. We might even try some chicken sausage. So I'll be right back with you, and what we'll do is we'll get ready to put it through the second grind. And what I'll do is I'll show you mixing up all the ingredients for each separate one that we're doing, and then we'll go from there. I'll be right back. Well, welcome back. If you look in the corner, you can see my bride. She's just barely in it. But so,
Hey peeps.
this is my wife, Leanna. So we've already gone through the first grind. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mix in the spices. Now remember, we've got 3 different types, and I'm going to give you the ingredients, and I will post them down below. So here is our sausage. That is 5 pounds. It's ground the first time. And then here's our spices. So in there, and I'm going to let Leanna sprinkle that in. She's going to do the yucky job. She doesn't mind. But I am going to let you see her do that. So with this, you're going to want to spend some time because you want to get everything mixed in. You want to get it really mixed in well. So there's 5 pounds of pork butt that's ground the first time. That's with the larger screen. 3 grams of kosher salt, about 5 teaspoons. 10 grams of ground sage, a little over a teaspoon. 2 grams of red pepper flakes. I'm not sure how much she did. She probably went a little bit more because Leanna likes spicy.
No, I was nice.
No, that's fine, and I don't mind that. I love sausage for breakfast. Oh, I just... there's 2 grams of thyme leaves, a little over a teaspoon. 3 grams of black pepper, about 1.5 teaspoons. 2.5 grams of ground coriander, a little over a teaspoon. And she had fun grinding that. Optional. Now, Leanna is not a big fan of maple syrup on sausage. I do like it, but you know what? I'm just so glad that we can do this. So we're not going to do that. You know, if we have pancakes or something, I'll have it. So,
Wow, is this cold?
okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grind this the second time we're using the smaller screen. And then after this is all ground, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it sit in the refrigerator overnight. And then these are going to be links. So then we'll let you see how we do the links. So, when we get ready to put it through the second grind, I will come back. Okay, Leanna has this bunch all mixed up with the spices. This is the first group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through the grinder. The second grind, the smaller blade, has everything all incorporated in. I'm going to mix this up. And then this is going to be refrigerated for overnight. Actually, it'll probably be longer than that. It'll probably be noonish when we do it. Maybe a little bit before, but boy, this is going to be fun. If it's cold, it works so much better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a mess of my phone. I'm going to aim this down so you can see it coming out. Leanna is mixing up the other 2 groups. Not sure why the video died, but we're back at it. This, I can tell you, takes a little bit more time going through. Not sure why. Getting a lot of air pockets in there. Just what I don't want to do is push it all the way down and start over. Just keep it going.
Oh,
That smells good.
that one smells amazing.
This one or the one I just did?
This one.
Well, that one was pretty darn good. Well, there, friends. That was... You ought to smell what we're smelling. It is unreal. So as I gave you the directions on the first one. That was the Jimmy Dean like breakfast links. The second one that we did was the breakfast sausage patties, and that one really smelled good. And I'll leave the ingredients down in the bottom. This third one that we did, oh my goodness, it's got a lot of garlic in it. I don't know if you can see behind me. That is just some of the garlic that we raised in our garden this year. We had 100 cloves. I planted 100 cloves, and I think we ended up getting 97 bulbs, something like that. This year we ended up planting, I told her I wanted to plant 2, of course, when you're doing the bulbs. We ended up planting 203 cloves, so that's a lot of garlic for next year. But oh, the aroma is just so good. As Emerald Lagasse would say, and I haven't watched that for a long time, you need smell-o-vision. It is so good. So now what's going to happen, these 3 batches are going to go in the refrigerator.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
Leanna's not used to a tripod in her
Get it out of my kitchen.
They'll stay in the refrigerator for overnight. So tomorrow I will bring you back, and I'll tell you, you'll probably have a laugh when we do the links. Again, I've never done this before. Watching videos, it's time consuming, but you know what? To be able to have that with my eggs and toast and juice and coffee in the morning, I'll be patient enough to go. So we'll see you tomorrow. Well, hello, friends and family. This isn't Tuesday. This is Wednesday. A lot of things happened. Long day. My beautiful bride, she says, well, I was going to cook rabbit tonight, but it's getting late. She'd been on her feet a lot. Do you mind if we have pizza? And I said, no, absolutely. That'll be good. Hadn't had it for a while. So I go out and I do chores. Leanna goes down to the store to pick up pizza, which is just down the road, probably maybe 1/8 of a mile. And I come back in. I was working on a video, and she's not here. Well, I went and turned the light on outside for her and went out on the porch, and she's flashing the lights and beeping the horn. I was like, what are you doing? Well, back a few years ago, she had come back from the store or somewhere, I don't remember where, and there was a skunk in the front yard. Actually, there was 2 or 3 skunks in the front yard, and she didn't dare to get out of the car. So she didn't have her phone with her, so she was flashing the lights and blinking or honking the horn. Anyways, make a long story short, she went to step out of the door getting the pizza, and there was a little drop off, and she stepped wrong, and she felt a crunch. She heard a crunch. She thought she broke her foot, so we drove an hour to Bangor to have it checked out. Nothing's broken because of the diabetes and because she's got a lot of arthritis in her feet, ankles, knees. There's issues in her foot. So anyway, she's supposed to be laying down, foot up. Anyways, make a long story short, doing my chores and trying to tend to some of the things that she normally does, it's taken a lot of my time. So, and we got home and finally in bed about 2:30 that morning. So needless to say, I was pretty dungy yesterday. So anyways, this sausage, we're going to do the bulk sausage first, the Italian bulk sausage. This is the one that she'll use in spaghetti, lasagna, or something like that. And I mean, it looks good, and if you could just smell oh my goodness, it is so good. And when I cleaned the grinder out, Leanna had made a patty and cooked it up, and oh my gosh, the flavors were so good. So anyways, this was supposed to go in the refrigerator, so everything would marry together. Well, they've been on a honeymoon. They've been on a honeymoon, and I hope they're enjoying it, because we're going to enjoy this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out, because we're going to vacuum seal bags. We're just going to put it loose in the bag, vacuum seal it. I think we decided half pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
About a half a pound per bag. And I forgot how much was in this.
2 pounds.
2 pounds. It's 2 pounds. So we'll get four packages. No, we'll get 8 packages.
4?
Yeah. Told you. I'm tired. All right. So you get that netted out. Oh, the smell of this is so good. Now, some of you know what's going on as far as Leanna, Andy and Peggy. You know, I want to thank you so much for your prayers. Anybody else who's been praying for her, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, my wife and I have a ministry.
Perfect.
We know. Let's just back them first, baby. Oh, no. Can't. Oh, and I should have been showing you what I was doing. Sorry about that. You'll see the next one. I get it, honey. Look at it. Okay, awesome. So we've got 4 packages. They're falling out. 4 packages of an Italian type sausage that she'll use in spaghetti or lasagna or things like that, chop suey. Pizza. Yes, pizza. That way she doesn't have to go to the store and hurt her foot. So she's going to label those because she can sit right there and label them. She doesn't have to get up. And so the next one I'm going to do is one of the breakfast patties. And I'm looking forward to trying this one too. So stay right there and we'll be right back. Okay, so those 4 packages are all put away. This one is breakfast sausage patties. And this one has got, smells yum. So Leanna's making the patties. Now what they recommend on this is 2 inches across and a half an inch thick. What I'm hoping for these is that we can use these like in breakfast sandwiches. Snow's coming off the roof. Oh, that was the other thing. We got home, like I said, it was about 2:30 when our bedroom and our bathroom is upstairs. So again, you can understand some of the issues that we've had. She couldn't even use the crutches when we got home. Barely could use them yesterday. Today she's doing better, but I don't want to put him weight on her feet. So anyways, woke up yesterday morning to about 3 inches of snow. So the noise that you heard was it sliding off the metal roof. Now it's supposed to be about a week of 40 and 50 degree highs and I think 40s at night. So that will be a good thing. I've got a lot of things that I've got to get done outside. Stuff that's got to be moved, put away. Canvas on some of the tops of buildings. Busy.
Couldn't vote.
Yeah, that was the other thing. She couldn't vote yesterday. And then last night, waiting up to try to find the results. Didn't get very far. Hey, baby girl. Okay, awesome. So what we've got is 2 packages of 4. It's hard to do with 2 packages of 4. And we've got 2 a little bit bigger size for tomorrow morning for breakfast. So excited about that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up everything. We're going to, this is going to be fun. We're going to attempt to make the breakfast links. And there is 5 pounds of that. 5 pounds of that. So we'll see what happens there. Never done it before. I've watched a lot of videos. Haven't even tried to experiment. So bear with us. Be right back. What we ended up doing is 1 coil of sausage. Now we need to cook those first before we freeze them. And like I said, I'm going to put all the ingredients and directions for every one that we did. So what we did is we got 4 more. This is the Jimmy Dean imitation sausages. So we got 4 packages of those. Those are about 3-inch in diameter and about a 1/2 inch thick. So, you know, you take out of a 9.5 pound pork butt, that's a lot of meat. You know, with what we did there, here, you know, what I've already put in the freezer from what you saw at the beginning of this video, that's a lot of sausage. I think Leanna paid $19 or a little over $19 for, trying to think, I think it was about 9 3/4 pounds. It was a bone-in, so the bone came out. That really didn't weigh that much. We ended up with about 9.5 pounds of ground sausage. Now you go and you buy these in the store, and especially that size. You know what? You saved money. You can spice it up the way that you want. What I would recommend is, you know, out of that, we're going to do it different next time. We're going to buy a pork butt and either do one type, or we might do 2 types and freeze it up. You know, so keep an eye on your, wherever you buy your meat, keep an eye on sales. You know, if they've got pork butt, or you can use front shoulder too. Some people do that. But if you can find a decent sized piece of meat at a good price, it looks good, you know, the fat looks good on it, go ahead and buy it up. Make your own sausage, freeze it. You'll have it for the winter, or, you know, you could do a year's worth, no problem. I just wanted to try it out for ourselves. There's some things that I learned that I would do differently. I don't know if I'll give the sausage maker one more try, the links. It's not hard to do. It's not technically hard to do, but I'll tell you, pushing that sausage down to that little tiny tube, it was a lot of work. I broke out. I'm sweating. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Hopefully I inspired something. Check out the recipes down below. I'm going to give, there's 2 channels that I'm going to tag in the bottom. That 1800 Homestead, I think is how it's pronounced. And then my good friends up in Canada. Andy and Peggy, I can tell you that. I'll link them down at the bottom. And forgive me, I've never been good with names. Friends, we love you. God bless you. Have an awesome week.